Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Everyone complains about politics and they don't vote for their local politicians.
Oh, you ever noticed?
Those are the ones that actually affect your life.
Oh, no, there's no question. The mayor of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I know there's a one side to vote for me that will that has the things I care about aligned
right.
with his
you should go and
platform.
Vote for them.
Yes.
Or don't complain. So Kyrie had a huge game one against the Celtics. They lost. And he also had some interactions with fans.
Yeah.
He said after the game he was just giving them back the same energy they were giving him. That is how we wandered into the being about it conversation the other day.
Yeah.
The league just did decide to punish Kyrie for his actions. They fined him $50,000 yesterday. This isn't the first time he's been fined for getting into it with fans of a former team. He was fined $25,000 for getting into it with Cavs fans.
You got to find him, though. You can't, you have to tell, this is a messaging. It's like.
Yeah, I mean, listen, did what he do offend me? Absolutely not. I'm sure if any of us were standing around listening to the things that were being screamed at Kyrie, you would have probably tried to do more.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I also am just me. So, maybe if there was a child behind you, you're a little more upset. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Also, if you're bringing a child to a Boston Celtics game, like miss me with the whole Precious thing. You're pretty much objecting to them that there might hear some decorative language when they're there. But the league does have to take some kind of measures when this happens. So I can see both sides of it. Well, they'll face the Celtics again tonight, which we are very much looking forward to. You are going to be sober with a sandwich.
Nope. I'm going to have a gigantic sandwich. Total clarity on the television.
They're currently 3.5-point underdogs, according to Fox Bet.
I'm taking the Nets and the points.
That's juicy.
And I'm also taking KD to have a spicy night, 36 points.
Ooh.
He's going to go big. Kyrie won't be as good. KD's going off.
Well, they're underdogs to win the series at plus 175. The Celtics are currently favored at minus 213. Teams that go down 0-2 have a 7% chance of winning the series.
Not great.
So it doesn't feel that desperate because they haven't played a home game.
Hey, Ben Simmons, 6-7 minutes a half. Brother.
I mean, I don't even follow that story anymore. Let me know when he's back. I've got so much time in a day, and me following the ups and downs of Ben Simmons possibly coming back is not helping me be more successful at this point. But this game is going to be, I don't want to be hyperbolic.
It's going to be a good one.
A good one, but this has a lot of implications.
A lot. Major legacy implications here.
But they weren't, they came into the postseason a 7 seed. They should not be winning this series.
Hey, they should have won.
In reality, when you look at how they came into the postseason, they shouldn't be favored. The Celtics should be winning this series.
First of all, Brooklyn had a ton of turnovers in the first quarter. KD played poorly, and they led with 30 seconds left. They should have won the game. So Brooklyn's ticked off. They gave one away. Tonight, they take it out.
I get it because it's KD and Kyrie, but shouldn't some pressure be on the Celtics? No. We're just saying the two, they should just not be.
Maybe, but I think Brooklyn, there's legacy pressure, franchise pressure, Steve Nash feels pressure. He's got to coach his game of the year.
Better team. So AJ Green's first season with the Cardinals didn't go the way he expected, and he acknowledged that his chemistry with Kyler Murray needs some work.
You mentioned on just working with Kyler in that first year and having a chance to come back here. Just how do you see your relationship with him, and is there room for growth to get better, even though you've already spent a year together?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of room. I think for me, it's just communicating with him what I see, or what he want me to do, how he want me to run this route. And I think last year that was a lack on my part. I didn't really communicate with him about stuff like that because I didn't want to put a lot of stuff on his plate.
He also said it's fair to question whether he and Kyler were on the same page. He had 54 receptions for 848 yards and 3 touchdowns. In his final season with Cincinnati, coming off of before the ankle injury, he had 47 receptions for 523 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it's not that he had overall a bad season for where he is at this point in his career. And sometimes, expectations can inflate how well things are supposed to go. Christian Kirk isn't there anymore. He's in Jacksonville. So it should give AJ a little bit more opportunity at the position, but with the way things are going with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals,
they'll sign him.
Who knows how this is going to play out? My question is, as always in any of these situations, what else are you going to do?
By the way, I just thought of a Debo take, but I'll wait till there's a perfect time to talk about it.
Write down. You're going to hold on to it.
I'm going to hold on to it. I'll wait to the better time. I just thought of a Debo take.
So the Cowboys traded Amari Cooper to the Browns this offseason, and tight end Dalton Schultz knows it will be hard, but he thinks they'll be okay without him.
Obviously, we're a better offense with him. Unfortunately, we don't have him, and so I think just the next step is just, having guys step up. But yeah, I think that, again, there's room to grow in a bunch of other aspects of the game.
So they have CeeDee Lamb, who's going to step into the number one role. They re-signed Michael Gallup. And
they're going to draft a
James
receiver,
Washington.
too.
Yes.
They lost Cedric Wilson to Miami, who's way undervalued as a really good 3.
Yes, but Cooper led the Cowboys wide receivers for the past 3 seasons.
Yeah. Great route runner, great technician.
I'm very interested to see how it works for them, because he is a volume guy. He's great. Dak's numbers are significantly better with him.
And
than
remember,
without him.
Zeke's not the same as he was 2 years ago. They lost their right tackle, and their left tackle's aging. So it's not just Amari left. It's Amari left. I'll probably have less time to throw, and I can't rely on Zeke. That's a convergence of a lot of things that are not great for Dak.
The thing about it, the number one wide receiver, and this is why I believe they're getting so much money right now, and it's become the 1A to the quarterback in the league, is while you can get a great receiver who contributes right away in the draft, they're transformative talents like any of the other positions. Like, we knew Jamar Chase was going to have huge value.
Yeah.
That's why they took him instead of an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Like, Burrow was advocating for him. You could see how good he was before he got there.
Yeah.
So it's just like any of these other receivers. Like, there are good receivers, and then there are great. There are good linemen, and then there are great. And you can see that in the draft. Now, how they're going to translate to the NFL, obviously, is a jump. But if you're talking about someone who needs to contribute right away, can you always get that in the draft? Like, you can get guys that can come in and develop.
No. Listen, I think we said this on the air. Jamar Chase was a professional football player playing in college.
Right.
Like, it was obvious. He was one of those rare. Julio Jones was like that. It's like, oh, yeah, that guy's a pro. He just happens to play. He's taking classes in college.
Right.
He's a pro in college. You get, like, Chase Young at Ohio State.
Yes.
Oh, that's a professional football player. He's just going to school. So, you could tell he was literally better than everybody he played.
Right. So, yes, the Cowboys can draft wide receivers, but are they going to be able to come in and contribute right now at the level that Amari Cooper was?
That's a good question. Can I get my Debo take?
Let's do your Debo take.
Are you done now?
I am done.
Okay, so Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line.
I'm curious to know what the issue is, like, that's forced this situation. Because it's not a dysfunctional organization.
No.
It doesn't seem like it's not a place where players enjoy playing. So I'd like to know the backstory. But wherever he goes,
you know what it is?
They're going to probably get the best deal for, like, whoever's going to give them the most picks for him.
Yeah. So let me throw this out there. Is that, guys, this is just, we're into our careers, and money means a lot, right? We're judged often. The way it works in society, unfortunately, is women are often judged by appearance and men by money. Fair or not, that's just the way it is. Nobody judges me on appearance. I never walk into a room and think, they think less of me because of my nose. I just don't. But I do think professional careers for guys. So Christian Kirk signs this massive deal as a slot receiver, and the whole market's like, whoa. And then Tyreek Hill, 5 picks. And there's a couple of these contracts out there, and guys are like, Christian Kirk? What? And guys start stacking themselves up. You know, when Tony Romo signed that $17 million a deal with CBS to be a football analyst, every single analyst in the country that did sports and football was like, what? That's just the way it works with guys.
But you're also worth what the market says you're worth.
That's right. And I think Debo has some real value here.
He does. Well, he does. But the Niners wanted to keep him. They made an offer to him. It's not that they weren't trying to keep him. That's why I want to know how this all fell apart so dramatically.
I think Debo's thinking, I'm looking at this market. I single-handedly beat Green Bay, won the quarterback.
And I
want to be the highest paid guy in the league. Somebody's telling him that beyond quarterback, and I can't make him that.
Well, I don't know if he's going to get that, but certainly the market for wide receivers has skyrocketed, and he's not just a wide receiver. Now, you could argue that that's Shanahan using him in that way.
So that's what I think. So I think Green Bay...
But Shanahan's not the only not to diminish anything. I'm just saying there are other. Kansas City, I think, would probably figure out a way to use him properly. Now, could they bring him in and pay him what he wants to be paid? Probably not. But there are some other, good coaches out there that could probably find a way to use him. But is he going to go to one of those organizations? I don't know, because I think that they're probably going to try and get the most amount of picks for him if they're going to have to trade him.
I'm going to tell you, if you ever thought about being a sportscaster, you should give it a try, because we get news every day.
It's a new world now.
Netflix's stock is plunging. Their subscribers are bailing. Sports is where you want to be. It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, you can't write this kind of drama. Unless you're winning time. And then you can embellish.
Then you're going to get yelled at for it.
Yeah.
For spa-like comfort at home and endless hot water, you got to go with Navian tankless water heaters. I like to keep things simple. Joy knows that.